Hi, I'm Steve Ewell, and I'm Executive Director of the Consumer Technology Association Foundation, and I'm thrilled to be here at CES 2022, having conversations with innovators and really innovative companies that are changing the world. And with me today is Carolyn Walsh with BioIntelliSense. Carolyn, really excited to have BioIntelliSense here, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing with BioIntelliSense.
Well, first of all, Steve, it's an absolute pleasure for us to be here and to be in Las Vegas for CES 2022. BioIntelliSense is a continuous health monitoring company. What we are bringing together is first-in-class medical-grade wearable devices together with really advanced analytics and data science to be able to unlock clinical insights that have never been available prior to today, and being able to more remotely monitor patients from in the hospital to the home.
Now, medical technology and health technology in general has been growing at CES for many, many years now, but certainly this last 2 years basically has really brought home the importance. And I know BioIntelliSense got a lot of attention during last year's CES for the technology that you had. Can you talk about kind of an update on some of the things that you're bringing in this space?
Absolutely, Steve, and if you want, we can just walk over here and I can show you some of the latest advancements. I think back in January of 2020, we launched our flagship device. It's called the BioSticker, and the BioSticker was really a watershed moment for healthcare and remote patient monitoring, because for the very first time it was allowing for continuous vital sign measurement for 30 days on a single-use device. And so this is the BioSticker. As you can see, it's a very flexible and discreet, comfortable design product that's designed for really what we call a stick it on and forget it user experience. So bringing together this kind of user experience that allows for somebody who's maybe being monitored even in the comfort of their own home to simply attach the BioSticker to their upper left chest and allow for that continuous vital sign and a whole host of other physiologic biometrics so that people can take better care of patients at a fraction of the price of traditional RPM.
Now, our foundation is focused in on how technology is helping both older adults and people with disabilities. Now, obviously, this is a product that could be used with a lot of different populations, but do you see a lot of adoption or focus on like older patients and populations along those lines?
Absolutely, Steve. And that was really the genesis of the development of the BioSticker, was really being able to develop a product that could allow for seniors or people who have chronic or complex care needs to be able to be effortlessly managed and to be able to allow for that really high frequency, high density data to get to where it needed to be able to make decisions around somebody's treatment plan or to be able to help along their care pathway. So the BioSticker was kind of first in the lineup, and this was back in January 2020. And then last year, we proudly received recognition from the Consumer Technology Association as well as a number of different industry organizations around the Bio button. And this was obviously a smaller footprint, allowing for continuous measurement, and has really been a blockbuster in supporting remote patient monitoring programs. So the expansion of our portfolio has now not only included the Bio button in this disposable version, but we are launching at CES 2022 here the Bio button rechargeable. So now it's allowing additional convenience in being able to monitor people for multiple months, using a rechargeable device as well. So the innovation continues at BioIntelliSense, both on the hardware side and then being able to bring all of this amazing data when you think about bringing things like heart rate and respiratory rate and temperature, but then also things like how is somebody sleeping, being able to look at their gait, the symmetry of their step, the cadence of their step, their body position, being able to bring all of this contextual data together around activity levels, steps. It really starts providing a 360 composite view of what a person's health status is. So that medical grade multi-parameter monitoring is really a step change now in being able to provide care for patients.
And talking about that, I know this is a very different product than some of the general consumer, health tracking device that
Yeah.
are out there. Talk about who gets the information from this sensor. Is that going to the individual wearing the device, or is that going to their medical professionals, or how's
Yeah.
that being used?
Yeah, I think for anybody to be empowered about their health is actually seeing their health data. So being able to have that information very conveniently available on we have BioMobile, which is a downloadable iOS or Android device. That really helps, I think, drive that patient engagement, that patient empowerment. But then importantly, to be able to get that data for a clinician to be able to view that data in a consolidated way, in a command center way, to be able to effectively manage a cohort of patients in a scalable way. So those healthcare providers could be hospital or health systems, it could be large physician group practices, it could be even long-term care facilities, where now they actually have the data in a place where they could actually look at that data and, very importantly, proactively intervene. Because with this high frequency data, you're able to swim upstream in that data now and start detecting very subtle patterns that might be developing around somebody's physiology that a human just can't see, right? So being able to have our system be looking at that high frequency, high density data, and when we statistically detect a change that's meaningful in that data, we're able to trigger alerts and notifications that allow for those healthcare professionals to be able to take more proactive and timely action around that data.
Well, that's great. Well, we're really excited to have BioIntelliSense here at CES 2022. We wish you a wonderful show. If people
Thank you.
want to learn more about the company and the product, where should they go?
Well, outside of coming to our wonderful booth here at CES, please join us, contact us online. We could go to www.biointellisense.com, and we're here and ready to work with not only nationally, but we're starting to expand into global markets as well. So we very much look forward to working with anybody who wants to take advantage of this advanced biosensor technology and data science.
Well, very excited to learn more about this and look forward to just continued growth of the company and the work that you're all doing.
Yeah.
Really makes a huge difference in health monitoring and tracking. So
Thanks so much, Steve, and we really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
absolutely. And for CTA Foundation, I'm Steve Ewell. If you want to learn more about the CTA Foundation, go to ctafoundation.tech.